This video is brought to you by Gemmer.com, a place where you can buy, sell, and trade collectibles of all kinds, uniquely for comic book fans and just lovers of pop culture in general. So go check it out, Gemmer.com, and hopefully we'll see you there.
Hey guys, CJ here, and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid News Now. Thanks for stopping by. We've got a huge video for you today covering all the goings-on around the comic book world. And we're going to start today off with a potential confirmation for something very, very big for Batman v Superman. This story of the day comes to us from El Mayimbe and Heroic Hollywood, who have gotten their hands on some admittedly low-quality images from a forthcoming issue of Empire magazine. The magazine's March issue features a Batman v Superman special with a collectible cover from great artist Jim Lee himself, but the goodies don't stop there. The issue is going to feature a number of new stills from the movie itself, but thanks to the majesty of the internet, some of these images have already leaked online, including one that holds a big hint for the future of the DCEU. Now, even though this is going to show up in a magazine in a couple months, this could still potentially be spoilery if you're one of those folks that's waiting to find out all of the movie in the theaters. So, click away if you don't want to know. This still in particular caught the eye of some, and as it is low quality, I'm going to zoom it in now so you can make out a particularly large Greek letter. Yes, that is an Omega, and fans of DC Comics will know that to be the symbol of Darkseid. What's interesting to note is that this seems to be the same nightmare sequence where Batman faces off against Superman and his army of soldiers. In the same sequence in previous trailers, some had noticed some winged beings that looked suspiciously like parademons. So this clearly isn't just any nightmare that Bruce is having, but how the sequence ties in, we'll have to wait until March to find out. And of course, if you want to check out all of these images, please go over and give Heroic Hollywood a gander. There's a link in the description below. And on to our next story of the day, a big report from Geek.com about Hulk's role in Thor Ragnarok. You know, Geek.com has been on a roll lately with a variety of scoops about that production. Now, I'm not completely sure that the number of scoops really lends itself to credibility, but either they've got a really, really good source on the inside or somebody's just making up really, really interesting stuff as he goes along. But if true, this rumor would slot right into what we already know about the third Thor movie, while also providing a little bit of fan service. Tying into the last piece of Ragnarok news we gave you guys last Thursday, Geek.com reports that things do not go well for Thor when he faces off against Hela. Not only is Mjolnir broken, Thor is banished out of Asgard to an alien planet. But not just any planet. No, Thor is banished to a planet that should be very familiar for Marvel Comics fans. One where he'll have to fight for his life in a gladiatorial arena. A planet called Sakaar. The Geek.com report goes further, claiming that Thor, knowing that he has to get off planet and stop Hela as soon as possible, just lays the smackdown on all of his opponents before running into the arena's current champion, his not-so-jolly green friend, the Hulk. Let's take a look at the quote. When we reconnect with Hulk in Thor Ragnarok, he's managed to avoid reverting back to the Banner state since we last saw him in the Quinjet in Avengers Age of Ultron. His banner is starting to seep through into the Hulk persona, and because of the Hulk-Banner melding, Hulk actually remembers Thor and his relationship to him. The report alleges that the two then team up to try and stop Hela's plan with a search for some kind of MacGuffin, an Infinity Stone, perhaps. And even if this isn't true, absolute bravo to the folks at Geek.com for keeping me entertained, because I want it to be true so badly that I'm actually visualizing Thor just smacking people down to the tune of a Def Leppard song. And on to our last story of the day, a confirmation straight from the horse's mouth that looks to inject a little bit of family drama into X-Men Apocalypse. When we last saw Evan Peters' Quicksilver, he was leaving our younger X-Men in Days of Future Past as they went to go stop Mystique from killing Bolivar Trask. At that point, he made a humorous quip to Magneto about the comics relationship between the two, that Magneto in the comic books is Quicksilver's father. Well, as Peter is going to return in a big way in X-Men Apocalypse, many wondered whether this relationship would be further explored. Well, wonder no further because Peter has gone and let the cat out of the bag. So, let's take a look at his quote. I have learned that he's my father at this point, and I'm trying to... I don't know what I can say. Yeah, it's like an adoptive child or any kind of child who has an estranged father he knows who he is now, so he's trying to find him. He's been searching for him. It's been 10 years and he hasn't found him, and then something happens. Peter's also teased that his character is not only going to have a bigger role in X-Men Apocalypse, but a bigger scene than his show-stealing slow-motion action in Days of Future Past, and that prospect really excites me. So that wraps it up for the news today. Let me know your thoughts on all of our stories in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and, of course, subscribe for more news videos every weekday afternoon. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.